In 2013, in a quiet Texas town, a woman was sentenced to life in prison for murder. But here's what makes this case unlike anything you've ever heard. There was no weapon, no witnesses, and most shocking of all, no body. Yet somehow a jury still found her guilty. Her name was Melissa Crane. Her alleged victim, her boyfriend, Daniel Monroe. And the evidence that sealed her fate? Not blood, not DNA, not fingerprints. Just one cryptic post on Facebook. Daniel Monroe was 32, outgoing, successful, and addicted to social media. Every gym selfie, every meal, every random thought, he posted it all. Until one night in July, when the post stopped. Just like that, he was gone. Police turned to the last person who saw him alive, Melissa. On the surface, their relationship looked perfect. Vacation photos, long captions about love. But prosecutors said it was all fake. Behind closed doors, they claimed Melissa was jealous, controlling, dangerous, and on the night Daniel disappeared, she snapped. But when detectives searched her apartment, they found nothing. No blood, no weapon, no signs of a struggle. It was as if Daniel had simply walked away. Then came the Facebook post. The day after Daniel vanished, a status update appeared on his account. It read, "She finally did it." 4 words. That's it. Detectives believed Melissa wrote it, that it was her digital confession. But there was no proof. No IP trace. No login history on her devices. Nothing tying it directly to her. Still, prosecutors ran with it, and the jury believed it. In November of 2013, after just 2 days of deliberation, the verdict came down. Guilty. Melissa Crane was sentenced to life in prison for a murder no one could prove had even happened. Behind bars, Melissa never stopped claiming her innocence, but the world didn't believe her. The media called her the Texas Black Widow. Forums branded her a manipulator. Talk shows debated whether she was a cold-blooded killer or the luckiest liar alive. And Melissa, she was trapped, not just in prison, but inside a story she couldn't escape. But then, 2 years later, everything changed. A blurry photo appeared on Instagram. No name, no bio, just one post. It showed a man outside a bar in New Orleans. Dark sunglasses, scruffy beard. The caption read, "New city, new name, say me." And the man in the picture? He looked exactly like Daniel Monroe. At first, people thought it was a hoax, but online sleuths noticed something chilling. In the reflection of a car window, barely visible, was the outline of a tattoo. The exact same tattoo Daniel had on his left arm. Could it really be him? And if so, why was Melissa still in prison? The photo went viral. Twitter threads, Reddit investigations, millions of people dissecting every pixel. Some said Daniel faked his death to escape debts. Others claimed he was alive, but hiding from something darker. But the biggest question was the simplest. If Daniel Monroe was alive, why let Melissa take the fall? And just when the mystery seemed unsolvable, it got worse. In 2017, a live stream appeared on YouTube. The camera pointed low. Shaky. A man's voice. He said, "They put the wrong person in prison, and I'm the proof." Then static. The feed cut out. The channel disappeared. Was it Daniel? A prank? Or something darker? One thing was certain. Melissa's case was no longer closed. And the real story was only beginning. The live stream sent shockwaves through the internet. Clips spread across TikTok. Conspiracy channels broke it down frame by frame. And for the first time since her conviction, the public started asking, what if Melissa is innocent? Melissa's lawyers filed an emergency appeal. The judge denied it. Why? Because the state argued the video could have been staged, a deepfake, or a cruel prank. But inside prison, Melissa clung to hope. If Daniel was alive, he could clear her name. The problem was, no one could find him. Then a shocking clue appeared. On a Reddit thread dissecting the livestream, a user spotted something strange in the background. A neon sign, half burnt out, but still readable. It said, Bayou Jack's, a dive bar in New Orleans, the same city where the Instagram photo was taken. Investigators rushed there, but by the time they arrived, the bar had burned to the ground. Arson. Intentional. No security footage left. Whoever the man was in that video, he didn't want to be found. But here's the twist no one saw coming. While searching the ruins, detectives uncovered a charred metal box. Inside were scraps of IDs. Not one, not two, but 5, all belonging to different men, all with Daniel Monroe's face. Different names, different birthdays, same photo. Daniel hadn't just faked his death, he'd been living multiple lives. The FBI stepped in. Suddenly, Melissa's case wasn't just about murder. It was about fraud, identity theft, and maybe something even darker, because buried inside that metal box was a key, stamped with the logo of a storage facility just outside New Orleans. When agents raided the unit, they froze. Dozens of passports, stacks of credit cards, a wall covered in photos of strangers, and in the middle of it all, a whiteboard covered in names. At the very top, Melissa Crane. Her name wasn't his victim list. It was his plan. Suddenly, everything shifted. What if Daniel had set Melissa up from the start? What if the Facebook post wasn't a confession, but a trap? And most terrifying of all, what if he was still out there, watching it all unfold? The FBI believed Daniel was running a massive scam, using fake identities, draining accounts, and when things got too close, he disappeared. Melissa wasn't a killer. She was collateral damage. Melissa's lawyers pushed for release. The state resisted, but as pressure mounted, the court finally agreed to reopen the case. And after 4 years behind bars, Melissa Crane walked out of prison, free. But freedom came with a price, because outside those prison gates was a crowd of reporters, and in the very back, a man in sunglasses, watching, filming. He smiled, and then vanished into the crowd. To this day, Daniel Monroe has never been found. Some say he's dead. Others claim he's living overseas, still running cons under new names. And Melissa, she lives in hiding, afraid every shadow is him, afraid her story isn't over. Because late one night, on a burner Instagram account, a message appeared. It read, "You'll never escape me." Signed, D. Was it real? Was it him? No one knows. But one thing is certain. This case proves that in the age of social media, truth is never what it seems. And sometimes, the real monster isn't the one behind bars. It's the one behind the screen.